First date follow-up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
Matthew is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by a woman named Selena. So in a few minutes, we're going to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But first, Matthew, how long has it been since you heard from Selena?
About a week.
Okay. Have you been hitting her up to try to get a hold of her?
I hit her up to ask how her day was going about a week ago. She said busy. I kind of checked in after that one more time to see if she had some availability coming up. And she never responded. And I'm not going to keep pinging a no response. You know what I mean?
It can get creepy real quick with that.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do that.
Also crush your soul the more times you don't get
response. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how was the date though? Must have been great if you want to get a hold of her.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it went great. We met at work. I work in the IT department, or I did. Selena is an account executive. I helped her out with some computer issues at work. We had some chemistry, I felt like, pretty obvious right from the get-go. I worked up a nerve to ask her out. She seemed like she was into it. She told me she liked lemon drop martinis, so I know it's a perfect spot. I took her to it's a really cool spot. It's got like an old Hollywood vibe. Which I always liked a lot. We had some drinks. I did not have a lemon drop. I had a dry martini, but she had some love and everything. We talked about dreams, future, stuff like that, kind of in a lighthearted way. I mean, it felt really good, and I was really excited. We had a pretty intense makeout session in the dark corner. We were. I mean, it felt like kids in school. I mean. A lot of that kind of giggly energy. Mm-hmm. And so, the date split up. That was pretty much it. I thought it looked really good. I would like to get hold of her. I'd like to understand. I've honestly had a crush on her for a while. So I was pretty broke up that she, doesn't seem to be willing to respond at least.
Yeah.
Anything happen on the date that you think could be a reason she's not calling you back?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is I actually did just get let go from the job that we worked together. So she said at the end of the date, see you at work. And I had to be like, I didn't want to be dishonest. So I told her that I actually, wasn't working there anymore, which I kind of thought would actually be a good thing because it removes the possibility of the office politics and that sort of thing. It takes the pressure off of that. Mm-hmm. But that's really the only thing I could think of that might have gone wrong with it, unless I was just totally misread, the signals, I guess, which is always a possibility. But that's really the only thing I could think of is that I got let go.
Does she feel like kind of a shallow person that would be like, I am not dating a guy who's unemployed?
I mean, maybe. I didn't get that vibe from her at all. Okay. I mean, she seemed pretty down to earth and that strikes me as just being kind of short-sighted. So she didn't strike me that way at all. But, I mean, I guess it's a possibility.
Mm.
Okay. Did you guys kiss and stuff at the end?
They made out in the dark.
I mean, we were making out. We made out at the bar. At the very end, I said that no. But, yeah, maybe that was a warning sign or some sort. But
did you guys talk
there
about?
There was no, final kiss goodbye. We definitely talked about seeing each other again earlier in the date. Yeah. I mean, that was on the table for sure.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can figure it out for you. Then we'll play a song, come back, and call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you and maybe get you another date, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool. We'll play a song, come back, and get your first date follow-up next. If you're just joining us for today's first date follow-up, Matthew is on the phone, and he's getting ghosted by Selena. So in a few minutes, we're going to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But before we do that, Matthew, why don't you refresh our memory on your date with Selena?
So I thought it went really well. We had some chemistry from when we worked together. The date was great. Good drinks, good vibe. We made out. It seemed like it was some definite intensity. I thought things were going great. We started talking about next meetings, next dates. And the only thing I could think of that went wrong is at the end, I had to tell her that I was no longer with the company that we worked at together. And that's really my guess as to why she's decided to ghost. That's just a guess, though.
All right. Are you ready for us to call her?
Sure. I'd love to have another shot.
All right. Here we go, man. may I speak to Selena, please?
This is Selena.
Hey, Selena, how are you? My name is Jubal. I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Yeah, hi, Selena. The whole show's here. I'm Nina.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Oh my God, hi.
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 You listen to the show?
I do. I'm a fan. This is exciting.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you.
Well, do you have any idea why we're calling you?
I'm a little bit scared, yeah.
This is a first date follow-up. So you went on a date with somebody recently and have been ghosting them, and they emailed us. Do you know who would email us about you?
I have a pretty good idea, yeah.
You want to take a shot at it?
Is it Mathew?
Yes, it is Mathew. You are correct.
Oh, no.
Mathew
Oh, no.
emailed us, told us he really liked you, told us about your date, but he says you've been ghosting him for over a week now.
What happened?
Yeah. Oh, man. I feel bad. I'm ghosting Mathew because he told me that he wants to live in a treehouse.
What?
Which...
Like,
I know.
like for his real house?
I guess. Yeah, like for his real house, I think. And like he told me I don't know if he told you, but we worked at the same company.
Yeah.
And he told me that like towards the end of the date, I said like, oh, see you at work. And he told me that he had lost his job there, which was fine. Like yeah, I felt really bad for him that happened. But, he just had he said he has no plan, and he was like, I'm sure everything's going to be fine. And living in a treehouse sounds perfect. And like he did say he wanted to live in like one of the fancy ones, like the glamping kind of situation treehouses. But at the same time, I feel like, I definitely am not interested in living in a treehouse, and I'm looking for like a serious partner. And like at first I thought he was joking because, that's like a funny thing to say, but then he like actually went into this whole thing about his friend and how his friend lives in a treehouse and how his friend like had saved him so much money and he has like no more like drama, and he's like a volunteer at different schools and he's playing music, and like that's all well and good for like a like a Burning Man type like free spirit. But
I was gonna say it sounds pretty awesome to me. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah. But I don't think that feels stressful when it comes to like a relationship though.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Where am I going to like plug in my blow dryer? You know what I mean? I'm not going to live in that treehouse.
But do they have like fancy tree houses? I mean, it does sound kind of cool to at least like see one that you could. Can you live in them?
You can run power to a tree house for sure.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can live in a tree house, but like you can't have like kids. You know what I mean? I'm like long term. I'm like this is going nowhere. So,
but like, can you have a shower?
Yeah, you probably can. I'm pretty sure there are tree houses that have showers and stuff. Actually, there are. I've seen them.
I think you could build like technically a real house just in the trees. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how big of a house he's trying to build in the tree.
Right. But that's
you could.
But that's a good point though. If you're starting to really fast forward kids, can you imagine your kids running around in a tree house?
Yes.
Amazing.
I could.
And he has to build some kind of like, what do you call it? Hammock net underneath of it in case they fall.
Okay. Well, thank you for being honest with us. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember or not, Selena, but during these first date follow-ups, the person that emailed us is on the phone. So Mathew has been listening this whole time and is on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
So, whoa. Yeah, you told me you thought tree houses were cool. And in fact, I distinctly remember you saying that you always wanted to spend the night in one. So it would be like vacation for life, right?
I like that.
Yeah, like for vacation. I'm like, I don't want to live in a treehouse, Mathew. Like I want to like have an adventure in a treehouse, and then I want like to go back to reality, like go back to my life,
I'm not like urgent to live in a treehouse, or even have a plan to one. To have one, it was just sort of something we could do. I don't know. It was just
something
like talk.
That's kind of a good sign, though, Mathew. She really like fast forward to see the future with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I guess I just mean like, sorry. I mean, it's like beyond I'm just like, you had no plan. Like, I'm just like living in a treehouse with no plan. It's just like, to me, I was like, ooh, big red flag.
Well, it's not that I don't have a plan. I have the means to take some time and figure out what I'm going to do next. I don't really actually have to work. I just do it because I like it.
Oh.
So if I'm not feeling it, I don't. But it isn't the same thing as not having a plan.
Are you like what do you mean? Like, are you like a secret billionaire or something? Like you don't have to work?
I mean, I'm not a billionaire, but I have some money. I'm independently wealthy, let's say.
Oh. So it would probably be a very nice treehouse then.
Yeah, I gotta say, for me, a treehouse is not like what Grandpa made in the backyard when you were a kid. I'm talking about like a house that's in a tree.
Huh.
Not
Okay.
yeah, with plumbing and showers, and you could plug in your phone charger for sure. But I mean, if you don't want that, that's fine. Look, I don't know exactly what the next maybe year that has for me in terms of plans, but I mean, all I know is that I definitely would like to have the opportunity to spend more time with Selena.
Selena, would you like to go out with Mathew again? We'll pay for it.
I mean, so you would be willing to like live in a house?
Yeah, I mean, I would be willing to live in a house with not a tree in sight.
And you got enough money to cut them down, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it sounds like you guys really like each other. There's a lot of negotiating happening here.
Yeah. I mean, if that's a sticking point, that's negotiable.
Ooh.
What do you think, Selena? One more shot?
Selena, he's rich.
Nina.
Well,
Yeah, I would be willing to give it another shot.
Yay.
I think I had a different understanding of what your situation was.
sweet.
Yeah,
okay,
girl.
congratulations, Mathew. You got another date.
Yay.
Yeah, great. Hey, Selena, I'm so glad that you're willing to give it another shot. You can appreciate why I wouldn't lead with money just off the top, but yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
of course.
tree houses were just for fun. So I'm glad we had another shot. Thank you.
Money got her back in, though. Or not. I don't know.
Jubal's first date follow-up.